Be back with more Jim Norton and Sam
Podcast. I thought it was the Saving Joe podcast for a second, but it's the... I'm back. Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. We have Joe Machi and Phil Hanley coming in a few minutes from the Keeping Joe podcast. I thought it was the Saving Joe podcast for a second, but it's the Keeping Joe podcast. Jim is here. Not in this room, though. I'm assuming it was a sit. I think that's a pretty safe assumption. It's been a while since he had a sit that didn't get him back on time. But I am assuming that this one was probably a sit. I want to talk to him about a lot of stuff. There he is. He's coming back right now. Was it a sit?
No.
Oh, okay. I was hoping that was a sit.
No, I just did. I normally go out after the first read, but I went out after the second one.
I see. That makes total sense. Have you been following the battle going on between Dave Portnoy and Barstool and AOC?
You know, I saw a little bit of that. I guess it was about unions.
Yeah. So,
and Portnoy, he has a way he runs his company, and
no, it's not. That's not even it. He's joking.
Oh, is he just fucking with her?
He's just fucking around. He wasn't even fucking with her. She wasn't involved at all.
Oh, the whole thing's a joke?
Yeah, he was
firing him on the spot.
He was fucking around because Gawker.
Oh, okay.
Because they have Barstool has a rivalry with Gawker, and Gawker unionized a while back, and now I guess recently the Ringer, which is Bill Simmons' deal, unionized, I think, and Dave was bringing it back, not even talking about the Ringer, bringing it back to Gawker, I believe, and saying like the lawyer who did the Gawker thing or whatever said if any Barstool employees want to find out how easy it is to unionize and how safe their jobs are to do that, please reach out. And then Portnoy retweeted him and said, if any Barstool employee DMs this man, you're fired.
Oh, so he's just fucking around.
He's fucking around. Yeah. He's making a joke. And then, so this is what he said. You had the tweet up. Yep. This guy said, if you work for Barstool and you want to have a private chat about the unionization process, how little power your boss has to stop you, and how you can leverage that power to make your life better, my DMs are open. This, and then Portnoy responded, if you work for @Barstool Sports and DM this man, I will fire you on the spot. Now, again, kind of a reference going back to them teasing Gawker
right,
for unionizing
sure,
and doing the whole deal. AOC, Octavia Cortez, responded to the if you work for Barstool, I will fire you tweet by saying, if you're a boss tweeting firing threats to employees trying to unionize, you are likely breaking the law and can be sued, in your words, on the spot. All workers in the U.S. have the protected freedom to organize for better conditions. See NLRB and union orgs, like whatever, for tips.
She's getting a little bit too in love with herself. Like, you're going after things that have nothing to do with your world. Like, just do what you're doing. And you're going after Barstool for a tweet? Like,
wow.
What the fuck are you doing?
And then she's fundraising based on it. For the unionization thing. I think the unions are one of her causes.
Yeah, which is fine. I guess,
that's not an issue. But she realized that Barstool talking about it, Barstool is high profile, controversial, easy to make an enemy out of. Let me jump onto this and expose it. And there are a lot of people that are out there going, well, joking or not, he is the boss of Barstool, and you can't joke around like that. Even
yes,
joking.
You can.
Even joking
that's what Barstool
about
does.
It. Well,
they fuck with things all day. They make fun of shit.
It's a comedy place.
It's a comedy place.
But they said even a boss joking around about that breaks labor laws. Portnoy's not worried.
No, he's not. I didn't like that they fired that one guy, though, for the article he wrote.
It was Francis.
Francis, who I like. It was poorly timed. And I think he took it down and apologized for it. He just went into it. He thought that the girl was okay or whatever, and it turns out she was...
What was the article?
It was a girl who was missing.
Yes.
And I forget, he wrote an article that was kind of snide about it, I guess.
Hey!
But I think it looked like she was... Oh, that's him on our show.
Yeah. The New York Post posted an article about this, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jim.
Okay.
The New York Post posted an article about Dave Portnoy versus AOC. Sirius, I'll tell you what Sirius is... I mean, they're much better at this than they are at not having construction sounds playing while radio shows are on.
What's microphone cleansing?
What would that have to do
I'm
with
guessing what Sirius is good at.
I mean, but that's not what we're talking about. No.
Window decoration removal.
No, they're good at that. They're not. They're decent. But what they're really good at is getting their pictures.
It's amazing
out there.
Literally, there's a picture of Hanley in front of a Sirius mic.
Yeah. Every time you see these photos, it's in front of a Sirius backdrop or a Sirius microphone. And what's great is we didn't even do this on purpose. By the way, we got to get mic flags on these new mics. I just realized that based on this photo.
That's right.
But they took a photo of Portnoy when he was in studio with us. And so the picture of Dave Portnoy in the post today has a big Jim Norton and Sam Roberts mic stand logo.
Dave has sexy eyes in that picture. Sultry.
Come hither, stare. But I'm sorry. So they fired this guy Francis. He wrote an article about a girl who was missing.
Yeah, I guess. And again, I did read the article. I don't remember it exactly, but it was. I think that he believed she was going to be okay. And I guess it was really bad press for them, and they fired him. I kind of wish that they had let him come back after his apology. I didn't like that they fired him. I was like, hey, unless there was other shit going on, but if it was just for that, I thought they could have given him a break.
They will.
But they're pretty good at standing by guys.
It depends. It depends. If they'll take it. They definitely go case by case, but I think.
When there was that trouble with their show, what was the show that they?
Pardon my take.
Yeah, what did they do? Where they was the two guys and they lasted one episode on ESPN?
They got fired from ESPN right away. Yeah, but that was good press for them. I mean, that was good press for Barstool. If they can be the bad boys to get fired from ESPN after one day.
Yeah, and I kind of agree when I think Portnoy said it after they got fired. He's like, ESPN needs us more than we need them.
Yeah, and ESPN hired them to be Barstool and then immediately fired them because they were Barstool.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think, that's what that was.
So now
they'll also fire people though quick. I mean, they fired Rappaport real quick.
Wasn't that over? Oh, for what he said about the Stoolies. Yeah.
He said some shit about the Stoolies. They said you're gone. They'll protect. They protect the brand overall. Getting fired from ESPN was actually really good for the brand. But I guess they're saying, having this guy Francis write this article,
was bad for the brand.
Was bad for the brand, so they can't have it. And that's, they have to walk this fine line because everybody knows that Barstool is this sort of their reputation as being, very white male oriented, chauvinistic. They're kind of a relic from days gone by in some respects.
Like a frat.
Yeah. And in a time when frat stuff is not nearly as cool as it used to be on that mainstream level. So they got to kind of walk that line.
Yeah, I still didn't like that they fired him because he didn't know. I mean, he made a poor decision, but he did delete it and apologize and whatever.
Yeah.
But the AOC thing.
He made fun of her because they thought that it looked like she was going to be found.
Yes.
But then she was found dead.
Yeah, they thought he really did think. Because I saw him that night. I bumped into him.
He's a
nice dude.
Yeah. But he also took it on the chin. He said,
even privately, he wasn't a dick.
Yeah, Barstool's got to do what Barstool's got to do. I fucked up.
He said to me, I saw him outside the Comedy Cellar. I'm like, oh, that sucks, man. He goes, yeah, it's all right, man. Like, he was actually, even in privacy, he was not like a dick about it.
Yeah.
Or upset.
Yeah. So now Portnoy's latest battle. But it's so weird. Like, you would think that AOC, Octavia Cortez, you would think that she would realize, and maybe it's because she's young.
She's new.
You would think that she would realize she's doing exactly what Barstool wants. Like, she's playing into.
Yeah.
She's making herself an enemy that Barstool needs to survive. Barstool's whole business model is an us versus them.
Yeah.
And they got to have a them.
You're rebellious if you're with us, and you're rebelling against somebody. And she's and it's such a silly battle. She just jumped into what they were. It's none of your business what they're talking about. They didn't ask you for help. It's not an ongoing thing. Dave Portnoy. I didn't know he was joking because I'd only read that tweet. But even that, I was like, why the fuck would she get involved with that until something happens?
Right.
Who cares?
I mean, you can't. If he wasn't joking, you definitely can't threaten to fire people who work for you if they want to unionize.
I don't know what the law is. Maybe not.
Yeah.
She said labor unions have a slam dunk. Shut up.
It's like, what are you talking about? He's joking. It's like that's why, but that's also why the tweet was so over the top.
Yeah,
that's why he came on so strong.
Yeah, to make it an obvious joke.
Exactly, because people who follow him, people who followed the story are aware that this has been a theme. This has been a thing for a little bit, But they're having a blast. I mean, Portnoy is making the rounds. He was on Fox News last night. Like, they're milking this for all it's worth. They see
Of course.
opportunities for publicity whenever they
Very
pop
smart.
up.
Yeah, and they do have funny videos, and I mean their shows fun. The shows are funny, so
Yeah,
I like those guys.
They're doing
The Lord's work. Is that what you're going to say?
No, I wasn't going to say they're definitely not doing the Lord's work. I was going to say they're
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say they're doing fine, but it's not quite the Lord's work.
She's taking things seriously that she doesn't need to.
Well, I guess that's her thing too, right? She's always got to have something to fight against as well.
She's ill-informed. So here's the thing she does, and this is her newness and her eagerness. Like, I really like her, even though I agree with probably 20% of what she says.
You just like the taking all the money thing.
I like the fact that she's was a bartender, and now she's got, she was like, I think that's what it's supposed to be. It's like people, you don't have to be some fucking Yale educated or some spoiled Ivy League kid to make decisions. Like, I like the fact that somebody can just run and get elected.
Where'd she go, BU?
Maybe. I'm sure she has an education, but she was bartending before. I like that's where she came from.
But you also like
that
she wants to take 70% of people's money.
I would say that's where I parked ways with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I don't agree with a lot of what she said, but I just like the fact that she's feisty and she fucking
I mean,
she's
Sticks
just
her nose in everything.
That's where she's just too new and she wants to change the world. It's like you got to learn to let things go. Like what are you getting involved in Barstool on a tweet for? This is not a legal case.
She used to work at a bar.
That's true. And she probably saw some stools. Travis, go ahead. I lobbed it right back to you.
I gotta be honest. I don't understand politicians being on Twitter at all.
Well, they want to get their message out to as many people as possible. She also did it with she was ill-informed in that hearing with that guy from about the border and the legality of crossing the border.
Well, that was a one-time thing.
Trounced her.
Well, that was one time. We don't talk about that too much. That was a one-time thing. Yeah, man, I feel like Twitter is just trouble for all these politicians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not for Trump.
Well, yeah, it's where Trump needs to go to sell his Fredo t-shirts. How is he going to sell those shirts or spread your Clinton propaganda, you need Twitter for that.
By the way, what did Steve King say?
He said
about rape and incest. I didn't hear the quote.
He said that because he's a politician, and I don't remember where he's from. I don't remember what state, but he said that if we got rid of the abortions, what he was trying to do.
Was he going back to biblical shit?
No, it wasn't biblical shit.
Even, no.
He was saying, think about all the people that are on this earth because of rapes that were incest. Rape and incest. That's what it was. Think about all the people that are on this earth in our own families that are here because of rapes and incest. And he goes, if they were all aborted, all of our family trees, we wouldn't have any families.
Well, I literally think that he's probably going back to when it was Adam and Eve,
not Adam
Cain
and
Abel. That's right. That's what my Bible says.
Right.
But
no, he's not talking about that. I mean, he's talking about regular people. He's not talking about
this
biblical.
is why we shouldn't do it, because then what are we going to do? Just ignore all the other rapes and incests that have been going on for hundreds of years?
Yeah, I was watching the clip last night. He's not talking about religious stuff.
Yeah, I thought he made a great point.
Wait.
Well, what he's trying to do is humanize it and putting it back to. I think he ineloquently was trying to say we can't punish babies because of the circumstances that they were brought into this earth.
Yeah,
through.
he's correct. However, you can't tell someone that you have to carry a rapist cum. I mean, shut the fuck up. A rapist puts that's the ugliness of what it is. A rapist puts a load in you and you can't get rid of it.
Or a family member.
That you don't want, yeah, puts a load in you.
No, even if you do want it, you shouldn't. It's incest.
No.
But
if you want it, you would not want to. Meaning, if you wanted that,
you're saying there is a small percentage of people.
Yeah, if you want to fuck your cousin, go ahead. That's your business.
I think that's still.
I don't care.
I think that's still not allowed.
It's not. That shouldn't be.
No, because if you make kids,
too bad.
It's what?
So what? There's enough. You
can't have incest babies.
Yeah, it's not good.
Not our business. Look at the royal family. There'll be one person left. Who's that? That's Larry, the king, queen, and duke.
You think we should legalize incest babies?
I just don't care about it.
I don't think the babies themselves are illegal.
They're totally illegal. They're the evidence.
Yeah. Not fair.
It's like when you steal an iPod. Like, that's an illegal iPod.
No, it's not.
Like, if you have it, it's illegal that you have the iPod. That's illegal.
Money don't have no owners, just spenders.
That's a good point, too.
I said that once when I stole a guy's ring.
Yeah, incest babies are definitely illegal. If people find out you have an incest baby, that's the evidence of incest.
So then what happens to the baby?
Well, the parents get locked up for sure, and I think then the baby would also get locked up.
Yeah.
Fair's fair.
Criminal.
Yeah, the baby.
Guilty by association.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that means. That's where that comes from. The baby is guilty by association and would go to jail of double jeopardy. Because he would arrest both parents.
I think you're just saying that.
No, I know. I saw the Ashley Judd movie. I know how it works.
Hi, Phil.
Thank God some logic just walked in this room. You guys will back me up here.
I'm here.
Is it Machi or Machi?
Joe Machi and Phil Hanley have just entered. Of course, you know them both from the Keeping Joe podcast. We asked that Sam Morril not be here today.
He said, Sam, sit this one out. You're negative.
Yeah, he's your co-host on that
He could
show.
have come.
No.
It's probably best he didn't.
I think we've got enough no-talent hacks.
We specifically asked that he not be here. Joe Mackey's going to be at the Blue Room Comedy Club in Springfield, Missouri, August 30th and 31st. Then he goes on to Vegas, Saratoga Springs, Chattanooga. All the info at joemackey.com. And Phil Hanley is headed to Winnipeg and Tampa and Alberta and New Brunswick. PhilHanley.com for all his dates. We were just saying, incest babies. They're illegal, yes?
Fun to make.
Yep, Joe, you take this.
You see what the implication is there, Joe, right?
Yeah.
You're the product of an incestuous union.
Let's talk your family tree.
That is a lie, sir.
Joe, that you are an illegal incest baby. That's the implication.
Wow, what did I walk into?
Yeah.
Well, there was
There's some gross incest babies. Brother, sister is just awful.
But cousins are okay?
Grandfather, granddaughter's fine.
Is it common? How did this come up?
Well, it came up because there was a United States representative. What was his name?
Stephen King.
Steve
right.
Yes, not
Steve
Stephen King. Although this comes from a Stephen King novel, I believe. Steve King, who said that he is against any abortions, including in the case of rape and incest. And what he's saying is, if you made abortions legal for rape and incest, imagine all the people that wouldn't exist. There are people in your family tree that are the products of rape and incest, and people
that voted for him.
And so I said, and Jim said, if you want incest, it's okay. And I said, I don't think so. And Jim said, no, but not by the law. But in Jim's opinion, if you want to
fuck your cousin and have a baby, it's your business.
And I said incest babies are illegal.
Brother, sister's bad. Father, daughter, mother, son, like that type of shit. But
then Travis said, I don't think the babies are illegal. And I said, au contraire, Travis, an incest baby is an illegal baby. And then you guys walked.
You walked right in.
Oh, perfect timing, Joe. So let's, what do you think?
Yeah, let's break this down, Joe.
But before we do, we want to ask you about Epstein. You traded files with him.
You kidding me? He painted pictures for him.
How dare you besmirch my reputation, sir? No,
so tell me, what are you? Are you an incest baby or a file trader with Epstein?
I am neither of those. I wish there were more options, to be honest.
Why can't you be both? That's my
It seems like a terrible multiple choice.
Did you paint the picture of Bill Clinton in the dress?
No, I didn't.
Why are you on the show today, Joe?
I'm wondering that myself about now.
Or any show in general.
It just seems like it would be bad to be friends with Epstein after the whole sexual predator and trafficking.
It's a bit of a hot take.
News broke. But it's also weird to be like, no, I just used him for his private jet and island. For
but then
years.
again,
I didn't see anything.
But then again,
How else was I
Jeffrey
gonna get
Epstein
the
gets to hang
pedophile
out
island?
with Clinton. So if Clinton uses you for your jet, well, yeah, but you get to hang out with the ex-president. That's the trade-off.
Those things probably aren't true, though.
What?
I mean, I don't think you hang out with a pedophile for his jet.
No. But
that's enough.
I don't know. Did he hang out with him after his conviction in 2008? I don't know if there's any evidence of them knowing each other after that.
I don't know.
That's a good point.
I think Bill Clinton probably has access to jets. That he doesn't have to hang out with a pedophile for a jet.
But he
right?
might not have known he was a
probably
pedophile when he hung out with him.
I think he could probably get a private plane. He's Bill Clinton,
True.
right?
People will loan you their shit, yeah.
Yeah.
But he might not have known he was a pedophile when he was using. Or did these logs show him after 2008 on the planes?
Yeah, that's the question.
Plus, the plane was called Lolita Express and went to Pedophile Island. So it was super on the nose with a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because even, I mean, Trump said that reference, you saw that quote where he's like, yeah, you know, he's got a real hankering for younger women.
They knew.
That's what, like, Trump, like, Trump always has to add details.
Well, that was back then he said that.
He goes, Jeffrey Epstein, he likes beautiful women even more than I do.
Yeah.
And some of them are very young.
Yeah, really.
And you're like,
and some of them are Exhibit A. Yeah.
Just leave the last part off. If you had just said the first part, you would have been fine.
Yeah,
he likes beautiful women, and some of them are this many years old.
Yeah.
He's great at compliments, though. He'll find something nice to say about
He really
it.
does, right?
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah,
He doesn't like fat kids. He doesn't like fat kids. Beautiful kids.
I don't think that in Jeffrey Epstein's circles anybody was surprised at his
Probably not.
2008 charges.
I just don't know how much you let.
I don't think
Trump is different. Trump would have seen more because he had Mar-a-Lago. He was a billionaire, TV guy. I don't know how much you let Bill Clinton see when you are. I'm just saying. I don't know.
You're trying to impress him. You're like, Bill. You're like young tail.
Yeah, but
wait till you see what I got.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I just don't know.
And
I'm not
Bill
willing.
loves pussy.
He does, absolutely.
And dresses.
But you might have Victoria's Secret models because he knew all those people from.
Your sweet boy, Jim.
No, I'm not. I'm just not going to say it until there's a reason to say it. I would absolutely say, yeah, he knew, but nothing is showing me that he knew other than people saying "fuck Bill Clinton."
You know,
That's true.
Joe and Phil, I'm glad that you're here.
Cool. Thanks, man.
I'm glad we're not talking about incest anymore.
Well, it brings up a lot of memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you are dealing with Jim and I.
Are queers?
No, not both. We're Jim's a comedian. We're both radio show hosts. But what you might not know is, as of Sunday night, we are bar experts.
Bar experts.
Experts at bars.
Really?
Did you know that?
I know this is all news to me.
Now, I've never drank.
Really?
And I quit when I was 18.
Right. Also, I'm picky about what I eat.
Yeah.
And Jim really only likes fancy restaurants.
Yeah, I'm a gentleman with refined tastes.
Right.
Yeah, same.
However, we became bar experts because John Taffer called us and he said,
Johnny.
From Bar Rescue.
Yeah, I love John Taffer.
And he said, hey, Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, I want you guys to be the secret spies on an episode of Bar Rescue.
Well, he's a man of his word. We had interviewed him a lot, and when in L.A., I think he promised that. He goes, I'm going to get you guys on. And he just said that to us off mic or whatever.
Because we love the show.
And
I love the show.
Yeah.
And he did it.
And it happened. He said, come out to Florida.
To Tampa.
Really?
To Tampa. We're flying you out. We want you to be like the secret guys that go into this bar.
This is great.
Free trip to Tampa.
Exactly.
It's pretty sweet.
But won't you get? What if you're recognized? What if you walk in?
Well, it's okay.
Well, yeah, there is a great danger, obviously.
No, I got people.
It's okay. Jim actually was recognized. And because we were also on like Mike Calta's show that morning, it's okay because it's okay for people to know that you're in town and just going to the bar. They just can't know that you're part of the show.
But they knew because all the cameras are pointing, and a couple of people might have suspected, but some of them.
It's very interesting how they do it because I always wondered how they do it, and they film at the bar for 24 hours at least.
Cameras are just going constantly.
Yeah.
Some customers are pissed. They're like, I just want to drink without these goddamn cameras. A lot of customers are annoyed,
Like they have all the lights up, they have all the TVs off, they have cameramen in there,
Uh-huh.
and they just stay there for like 2 days before Taffer walks in. And they tell all the bars, we don't know if we're going to do the show or not. We're going to just get some footage here, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. And their theory is, and it's obviously worked, is that you leave the cameras in for 2, sometimes 3 days, and after the first however many hours, people start acting like themselves in front of the camera, and that's when you can start to get some footage.
Right, yeah.
So they position like secret cams in the kitchen. They have cams in the bar. They have cameramen walking around, and you do forget about them.
I guess you get used to it very quickly. Like you just forget the cameras are there. I mean, they're just regular people, so they have to be aware of it. But then you just start doing your shit. Like I'm just serving drinks, people just drinking.
Yeah.
The cigarettes were the worst part of that place.
It was a smoking bar.
And I'm not used to being in places with cigarettes. It's fucking gross.
It's been a long time.
But they go like when you go in, when Jim and I went in and we just went up to the bar to order, like it didn't feel like a TV show. It felt like it was being filmed.
Right.
But it didn't feel choreographed.
We
you know
knew
what
we
I mean?
had to order, but we had to get a certain amount of food just to see the way it was. And they watch it being prepared on a monitor, and like they're in a van, and there's cameras in the. And I didn't want to.
But we get there.
No.
We get there, and we talked to the producers like literally right before we went in. We didn't told them that we don't drink.
Yeah, we figured that would have canceled the airfare.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we wanted to do the show because we like the show so
Absolutely.
much.
And Tampa.
And Tampa is like, you know, how often you get a free trip to Tampa?
Sure.
You know. So when we got there, they were like, okay, here's some options you could order, like, you know, some of the stuff we were thinking, you know, just do whatever you want, but here's what we're thinking. And Jim goes, I'm sober.
Yeah, I don't drink.
And you should like, he's like, no, I've been sober since I'm 18. Like, I'm in recovery. And like the producers are just like, okay. Like, it really threw them for a loop. And they got on their earpiece. They're like, what are we going to do here? Blah, blah, blah. They're trying to figure out the next plan. And they looked at me and they were like, but you drink, right? And I went, yeah.
Wow, so this is your first drink?
Of course I do.
Have you ever had a drink of alcohol?
Yeah. Well, I drank at Opie's wedding. I drank beer out of a shoe
Okay.
because I guess it was a tradition. But other than that, no. Oh, except Guy Fieri squirted vodka in my mouth. That
That's
piece
right.
of shit.
I remember how mad you were. Yeah,
that piece of shit.
See,
Yeah.
it tastes better when it's not from shoe.
Well, yeah, that's what I found out. That
From a
was
bottle.
that was gonna be my test.
Yeah.
And so, but I was like, yeah, I fucking what? I'm like, what? I'm a dude, man.
Drunk right now.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Let's get fucked. Oh.
Get some brews.
Right. Apparently, I might have pronounced the name of the beer incorrectly because I wasn't. I let my it was my tell.
And they edited me because I asked for a virgin Bloody Mary. But it doesn't sound like I said that.
No, it just says Bloody Mary. I actually had like a comment. Somebody left me a comment on Instagram going like, way to go, you enabling fuckface. You let your co-host drink for the first time since he was 18.
I was probably kidding. Was the guy serious?
He seemed really upset.
Oh,
and I just
no.
responded to him, you're a fucking idiot, dude. You're television. It's a television show, you idiot. But it was like, I was struck when I was there by how not fake it was. Like when Taffer actually walked in, and the thing just started,
There's
and now
no
we're doing
rehearsal.
the show.
It's just happening.
I was like, whoa, like this is, and people are legit pissed. Like it's real. Taffer's legit doing, like they really didn't expect things to happen. People, you could see it in their faces.
They were furious at us for being there. They thought we were shitting on their local bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, the customers were not in on it. Like it was legitimately an inconvenience to them. They were irritated. It is real. I mean, as far as what he's doing there.
Yeah,
So the bar
it's real.
Was it already successful? I mean, do you need a rescue? And
It was it was not doing that well. The food there was problems with. It was a smoking place. I guess they weren't making the money they wanted to make.
Yeah, it was not.
It's like in a mini mall.
Right. They were not doing well.
How intimidating is he? Because I see him come in and he gets in people's faces, like bar owners, like some of the
And
dudes
he's a
are
big,
pretty
loud guy,
badass.
yeah.
Dude, he does it so much. Like, I can't believe the balls on this guy that he's not afraid of getting hit.
Yeah.
He walks in and he does it so much. Like, there was stuff I saw that didn't make the show. Like him just yelling at people, going like he just meets him for the first time and he starts yelling at the bartender. It wasn't even on the show.
He takes control immediately, and there's something about his energy, and you do know that he knows what he's doing because that's what he does.
His chin up.
He's the host, and his job is to fix this. So automatically he's in a position of power because you know why he's there, and you volunteered for it. But he really is fucking. He just takes over, and people just like they let him be the boss. He's he's very bossy energy, very controlling energy.
did the staff volunteer? Or did they not want to lose their jobs?
I don't know. That I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
Did they say, well, you can't work these hours if you don't want to? You're not okay with the cameras being there.
I mean, they tell the staff, like
Sure,
they're all
have to.
aware. So, I don't know for sure. I mean, but they know what they're getting into.
Because some of the staff, you watch those shows, you're like, whoa, that is the biggest jackass I've ever met in my life. It's always like one of those flair bartenders, and he's got like a mohawk and.
Like, I think a part that wasn't on the show was I ordered.
When I
like,
got my dick sucked.
Yeah, they didn't leave that in. Yeah, just the hottest chick you ever saw, man. Just got onto the bar and she was like, "Holy shit, Jim Norton, let me suck it."
I thought Sam was like, that's why I normally don't drink.
Yeah, I got a little crazy.
Anyway.
That's why you go to Tampa, though.
Yeah,
But like,
girls.
I ordered some sandwich or whatever, and
Do you ever a Reuben?
I think so.
Greasy fucking Reuben.
Yeah.
It's
but
delicious.
I talked to the bartender. I was like, "Hey, I ordered this," and he was like, "Oh, I don't like it." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I mean," he's like, "I guess a lot of people order it, but I don't like it." And I go, "Should I order something else?" And he goes, "No, people like it." And so when Taffer came in with the owner, like 15 minutes later, he was like, "What'd you order?" And I was like, "Oh, this is so-and-so." The bartender told me he didn't like it. Like, just ratted him out. And then he calls over the bartender. He starts yelling at him. But there was so much yelling, it didn't even make final cut.
And he's going through so much of the food. He's just picking the food up and handling it like it's... it was the way somebody would peel shit off their shoe. The way he was handling the food. He was so disgusted. And he was right.
He was.
The food was awful.
You want to watch some of this?
I hate it, but I will.
It's only like 3 minutes. That's the whole appearance.
I love this show, and I'm so excited to see you guys on it.
You know what part I'm talking about, right? The way the show works is
I haven't watched it.
that there's hidden there's hidden cameras or there's cameras in the bar. Taffer's not in.
Yeah.
Taffer sends in Jim and myself. We sit at the bar and we order our food and we order our drinks and whatnot. While we're ordering food, Taffer and his chef and his bartender, mixologist, are sitting
in a van,
in a truck around back. So they don't know that the truck is there. We never saw the truck, but the truck is around back, and they're watching live on a monitor so they can comment on what's going on with Jim and myself. And then when Taffer feels right, I'm gonna go in there. This has to stop. And he gets out of the van and he walks into the bar, and then the show starts. And
That's
Jim
wild.
and I are just
and they film us like we do. Like you cheat certain things, and our walk-in was shot after. So after we go through this whole thing, then they have to film us walking in. Mm-hmm. We had to do like 1 or 2 walk-ins, and the fucking people hated us because by then they knew we're a part of the show, and they saw their guy getting yelled at or the woman, and they were heckling us. One woman we were doing like these, like to camera confessionals after. The woman was heckling us leaving. It's our fucking bar. Like, oh, they were so angry.
It was so awkward. Luckily, like we've watched the show, so we know when our part is done.
Yeah.
Because nobody told us our part was done. We just sat there and we like kind of ate our food. And then Taffer came in, and we told Taffer how disgusting everything was and how awful a bartender was.
I mean, the stuff was stale.
Right. Well, no, here was Jim's issue.
It just didn't taste fresh.
I love it.
But like Taffer comes in, everybody realizes, the jig is up. Like these guys are not here to enjoy our bar.
This giant celebrity is not actually here for no reason.
Yeah. It felt like the salsa commercial where everybody goes, New York City! They were pissed.
I love the idea of heckling someone that's trying to make your bar better.
Right.
Hey, stop trying to fix this. We want it to be bad.
I like it the way it is.
Well, that was what it was. I mean, it was just fucking gross. I can't eat when people are smoking. Like, I'm not used to people fucking smoking. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But Taffer leaves with the owner, and Jim and I are just sitting there
like
after that.
Dicks.
Like, we're just sitting there.
After all this, and then you just stuck.
And they just left
and now
us.
we have to leave.
And I was like, I just looked at Jim. I was like, dude, let's get out of here. This is not good. Everybody's looking at us and glaring at us. So we just put money down on the table to pay for everything and just walked out. But then like an hour later, we're just hanging out in the production room or whatever, which is a store right next door because it's in a strip mall. And like an hour later, we have to film the walk-ins like Jim said. So we walked back into the bar, and as soon as we walked into the bar, oh, there they are again to shit on our bar. Fuck you.
They hated our guts.
Oh man,
that's like when I walk into a comedy club.
And we were in the parking lot doing interviews that they didn't even use, which I thought were the funniest things that we did because we're talking about the good things and the bad things in the bar. And like at one point, Jim goes, the clientele was not good. The clientele was some of the worst I've ever seen. And there's a woman who's sitting on a bench, like way far away from us. And she's just on a bench as we're filming going, fuck you, dickheads!
Yeah, she was none too pleased with my analysis of the shitty people.
She might just always sit on that bench and shout that, though.
She probably does. No matter what camera crew's there.
But I had so much fun doing it.
Me too.
I thought it was so funny when they got pissed at us.
I enjoyed the gig. It was fun to be down there just doing something that I would normally not do. I would do it again. I don't know if you'd have us again. But.
It was amazing, though, watching how pissed people get. Because once it all got started, people started fighting with each other. One person left the bar. Like, it was real. It was legit.
It's a fascinating show. It's I'm like so curious when you guys did it. It's great.
Do you want to ask questions as we go. We'll watch it together.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad
wanna
you guys
see
are
it.
here for this. Jim, aren't you glad that we have more comedians in the studio to watch us on Bar Rescue?
Yeah, the only time I saw this was in a comedy club. They did Stand Up Scottsdale.
Yes. Do you see that?
Oh, I seen that one.
We'd all played that club, and the owner was quite a character. And then they did the redemption. You guys might be brought back for the redemption episode.
Oh, I hope so.
If there is one.
Well,
we'll have to see.
Do you want a spoiler?
Nope. I don't.
Well, we're not going to play the whole episode.
No, I still want to find out the end. You can tell me at the end.
Okay, I'll tell you at the end. Let's start with, we're just going to do our stuff. So let's start with clip number 2, Troy. And we'll start and stop this a lot.
I hate the way my shirt blouses out when I walk in.
You've already seen it?
Yeah, I've seen that. I hate the way my shirt is. I hate watching myself walk.
So there's Jim and I in our Tampa. People did pick up on the fact they were like, Sam, you're in fucking Tampa, Florida. You need a flannel shirt and a leather jacket in Tampa.
I noticed that right into the gate.
That's
I think we were mic'd.
It's August. It's a cool 95.
Yeah.
I just wanted to look cool.
Yeah.
I thought,
Fashion, not function.
Exactly.
I think it was also to mic us though, right? Well, we did have wireless.
Yeah, but I didn't need to wear a leather jacket and a flannel shirt.
No, you didn't.
You were on a
You look
sting
dope.
operation, though.
Exactly. You think I look cool, Troy?
I think you look dope.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's what I was
Like
going
an
for.
out-of-place fool.
So for recon, I wanted to bring in some friends of mine who know bars.
Okay, pause already. I mean, this is just... I wanted to bring in some friends of mine who know John.
But
I'm
they
sorry.
weren't available. So these two assholes did it for airfare.
Oh, nice matching purple T-shirts too.
That's true.
It wasn't intentional, but you're right.
I have been at bars. Okay, I know bars. I go to bars sometimes.
Use the washroom or
Right.
whatever.
Drink some shoe beer.
I went to 2 bars while I was in Tampa over the weekend.
Oh, really?
And I could tell the club soda at one was flatter than at the other. So
These
for
are all
me,
things you gotta
yeah.
take up with Taffer.
Yeah, exactly. Troy, why don't we rewind a little bit?
So for recon, I wanted to bring in some friends of mine who know bars. Jim and Sam. They're 2 of the biggest stars on Sirius Radio. These guys have millions of followers.
Yeah,
They'll give us a great
baby.
evaluation of this bar.
Millions. Although, last names wouldn't have hurt.
That would have been helpful.
Jim and Sam.
I'm serious.
But
Look at my head on camera. Awful.
I think it looks good.
Doesn't.
The first shot, you guys look great. You do look like people that go to bars frequently.
We do. We look
Right?
like experts almost. Like these guys drink.
Look at us just both hunched over the bar like, just a couple of guys. This is what we do when we
a
come
couple
in.
of after
Home
work.
sweet home.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet home.
Just out at the local watering hole.
Yeah.
Some people were curious where John got the information that we have millions of people who listen to our show. I informed him of that.
That would be from us.
Yeah.
Although, this is how fucking stupid I am. I'm guessing they cut this out.
They did, and we've been talking about this since we did it, and we've never actually told the story.
John Taffer was talking to us. We were sitting there when they were talking to the woman, and he goes, and you guys are on Sirius. How many people do you have listening? And I'm like, well, actually, they don't tell us because, they don't want to give it. I gave him a real answer, and Sam's like, just millions. We have millions.
Yeah,
So
here's what
stupid.
Taffer comes over with a lady, and he's
so
like,
dumb.
He's like, these are my friends Jim and Sam. They have one of the most popular shows. How many people listen to your show? And that's where Jim goes, they don't tell us.
I know.
I say shit like that.
They told
too.
us the truth. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I leaned over to him and I said, there's 30 million subscribers and we're the #1 show on the platform.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, that was where Sam's fucking WWE thinking came into play, and he was not wrong.
we're selling, baby. We're selling.
Just look at how many people are criticizing Joe and Phil on Instagram right now.
Yeah. I mean, I go, we're #1 show. Howard Stern's like, with the number.
Not counting Howard Stern.
I go, no, I don't know. I haven't seen the numbers.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
he's
sure we're bigger.
2, and then Sway's behind him.
Yeah, it goes Jim and Sam, Howard, Sway.
Yep.
And then, I don't know, Andy
Everyone
Cohen
else.
somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Dan Rather. I don't know who else has a show here.
No, this is the Dan Rather show.
No, they don't.
Joe?
It's over for
Come
him.
in here and fucking
I'd
promote.
rather I enjoy it.
Do you? I'm sure it's good.
Just
We had him on once. I'd love to interview him again. He's a really interesting guy.
He is.
He was the first one to see the Zapruder film.
wow.
After Abraham Zapruder, of
Little
course.
Dan Rather trivia.
Yep.
Let's go back to it.
What are you guys drinking?
Bloody Mary.
Not a problem. Absolutely.
Do you have like a amberback?
Okay, so apparently I found out later that's not the name of that beer.
Hammerback?
Amberbach.
That's it. That's how you would pronounce that.
What did you call it?
I went like this. You have Amberback?
Amberback.
That's right in Canada.
You see me shrugging when I said it too?
Yeah, Amberback.
That's acting.
That'd be like offering a Millet instead of a Miller.
I'll get a Millet. I don't know that beer though. Why did you pick an obscure?
I think they told him to.
Oh, did
They
they?
suggested that was one of the ones you could pick, and I was going like this in my head.
Amberjack.
I was going in my head. I was like, Amberback, Amberback, Amberback.
Oh, Amberback.
Amberback, Amberback, Amberback. Then he was like, what do you want? I was like, I don't know. Amberback. Keep rewinding, Troy.
Rewind back.
Yeah. When we...
What you guys drinking?
Bloody Mary.
Not a problem. Absolutely.
Do you have like a amberback?
Yes.
That would be great.
On draft?
And water.
That's
yeah.
all I have.
Yeah, so that works.
Good?
Great, man.
Look at the size of that glass for a Bloody Mary. That's going to hold about 2.5 ounces of Bloody Mary mix. Typically, that would be in a taller glass.
This is burning my throat. This is awful. No.
Hey,
It
here we
was.
have a beer.
I was just being truthful.
Yeah, it's burning your throat.
It hurt my throat.
Yeah. I like that he when I said, I'll have a Amberback, and he looked at me funny, you know, I was like, oh, I wonder if he knows that, like, I shouldn't be ordering that. But now that people told me, I think it was probably because he was thinking that's not how that word is said.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He said, why are you acting casual about that? You clearly said it wrong. You sound like the kid in Can't Hardly Wait right now.
Oh, yeah, nice. Rub it off with your finger.
I didn't know he did that.
Built-in windshield wiper. Oh.
Having a beer and unwinding.
It's not a sip, Jim. It's a swig.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Most people's first beer isn't televised.
What a dainty
What
sip.
do you mean? That's a swig of beer for the working man.
Let's see this. Let's see regular Joe.
Don't say sip. Say swig.
Yeah, let's see Sam take a nice swig of beer.
I'm a chugger.
Windshield wiper. Oh.
Look at this. Oh,
Drinks in you, anything tastes fun. Maybe that should be the strategy coming here. You slam a few down as soon as you get here, then everything's fine.
Doreen.
Look at that. That's my line from the show.
what?
Slam a few drinks in, then everything's fine. And it's like, I knew when I was saying it, I'm being critical of the bar. They're going to leave that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Side of the bar, oblivious to the fact that her business is going down the tubes right before her eyes, and she doesn't even know it.
Yeah, let me get a classic burger.
How do you want it cooked?
Medium.
So we'll try the Reuben, and then let's also get the beef on wet.
So their food order is in. I'm going to time this.
That's just my typical bar order. I get a Reuben and a beef on weck. That's just, people were like,
Well, the beef is the one they all said was very good.
you eat chicken fingers. Yeah, the beef on weck was the one, that was like their specialty.
That was the one.
Oh, really?
That was the crowd favorite.
What's a weck?
I don't know.
It's like I think it's like a wedge. I don't know what it is. But I was like, that was the house specialty. And that's the one that the bartender was like, I don't like it.
Oh, really?
And it was like, oh.
Yeah, critical of the house specialty.
The beef on weck. Beef on weck, it's a sandwich primarily found in western New York State, not Tampa.
What, Travis?
I like Jim's furrowed brow when he was thinking about how he wanted.
I know. I was considering it.
Yeah.
I mean, I typically will go with a well.
Let's go back and look at that.
Yeah.
I would like to see.
I was considering.
Were you acting?
No, I was actually considering
like a
what I
little
wanted.
acting.
Maybe a little. I wasn't sure because I knew what I was in.
I thought you nailed it.
Right.
Phil.
Because you probably thought about it beforehand, but you're portraying somebody who's just walked into a bar.
Medium.
What would this is what Jim was thinking. What would my character order?
Yeah.
You know?
Before her eyes, and she doesn't even know it.
Yeah, let me get a classic burger.
How do you want it cooked?
Medium. Medium. Just considering.
Yeah,
considering carefully.
Like, is that possible? Do you do medium?
And this is my character casually ordering things. I was very nervous because I don't order a lot of this stuff very often, so I was afraid I was doing it wrong. So I wanted to come across as casual as possible.
Also get the beef on wet.
So their food order
That's
is
cash.
in. I'm going to time
Thanks, man.
this.
Were you like, oh, you must order that all
Yeah, I
the
wish
time?
the camera was a little closer to you.
How long this takes. Okay, here we go. Those are doggy walking bags. The pooper scoop. That brown is what was cooked on the
Service.
I like
Especially
that
when it's medium.
they brought us in, and they just were like, we just need them. We're going to use the lines where they just do like the facts. We need them figuring out how long the food's going to take. So they took the Jim line where he goes, how long does the food take?
Yeah, because there was a lot of. We talked for a little bit and criticized it, but you know.
Yeah, we had a back and forth with the
bartender.
other, the
And
bartender.
a lot of the customers.
Remember all the other
really?
customers? Because we got the other customers to shit on the bar.
Oh yeah, one guy was like really unhappy.
Yeah. Remember what one
Two
guy
guys almost started a fight.
they got in a fight while we were waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, these two guys got in a fight, and like one of them walked out.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here with this.
Just drinking with you. Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's what you want to see.
Oh my God, I would love to have fucking had someone just take a mug and crack it over someone's head. Fucking violent murder.
Right now, Al, how far are we in?
We're at 16 minutes and 51 seconds, John.
Food should have been out 4 minutes ago.
I'm sure the food will be here shortly.
That dirty crowd.
They really did portray you as like
an old lady.
An old lady, a concerned grandmama.
Yeah, but these are just little clips. I mean, they edit these things, so.
You guys know. My stomach is rumbling. I'm sure the food will be here shortly.
Like Sam's not even paying attention to you when you say that.
But I literally
looking the other way.
I wasn't asking.
I couldn't look like a less funny person than I understood. The food will be here shortly. I hope.
They cut out all your jokes.
Did you eat that out? Look at the color of that. 29 minutes, Vic, and they still don't have the same order.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's a long time.
Okay,
Yeah,
here we go.
My
they
comment
bring it-
was to go stuff.
Yeah, they bring everything in to-go boxes because at a smoking bar, you're not allowed to serve food. So their workaround is the kitchen is actually in the building next door. So they have to walk out of the bar to the kitchen next door, and it's a different building. They have to go outside and into the next door. Then they cook the food. Then they have to put the food in to-go boxes. So technically, you're ordering food from the restaurant next door to
Right.
go.
Oh.
And
That's smart, actually.
and so everything has to be eaten in these to-go boxes. So we ordered like 4 or 5 things.
Yeah.
Not on our dime. We're gonna try everything, and so we just had a pile of like styrofoam to-go boxes in front of us.
The smoking was making me sick.
Although what they
It
said,
is gross.
what the clientele at the bar said is nobody orders the food here. They said we just buy McDonald's, and then we would just bring the
They
McDonald's.
let you
in
bring
here.
your own food in.
Yeah, because you have to be able to. Technically, if you want to use this loophole,
Yeah.
it's not like you can say, well, we only allow food from that restaurant.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh,
so
right.
they go like, okay, well, I'm bringing Wendy's then.
Yeah.
Well, it's always going to be good then.
Yeah. You should know what you're getting, Joe.
Yeah.
You made a good point. Thank you very much.
How is it?
I don't love it.
It's not easy to handle.
He did just make you into an old lady.
But I did request. I mean,
You did. You put a lot of thought into it.
the footage shows.
Yeah.
I did ask.
No. The original, you asked for medium.
I asked for medium.
And that was a
I
little bit
really
more-
contemplated what I wanted.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you asked well done. You're like, let's go to the tea.
Complete failure, right? 28 minutes to get the food. It's either undercooked, overcooked, not seasoned properly, but it's not right. So they're not taking care of anything, but yet Doreen's life is going down the frickin' drain right now. And none of them are doing anything about it. Vic, until now, I'm gonna go in and get them doing something about it.
I wonder how many takes that is. There's probably a couple of those.
You think so?
He makes it sound like he's going off to war.
Yeah, he really
He's
does.
walking into a Tampa
Like a guy
bar.
is beating like a guy is punching into a stroller. I'm going to stop it.
All right, you want to see him going in and having us let Doreen know
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
things went awry?
Didn't you feel bad for her? She seems so
Dude,
nice.
She was sitting there like literally. This lady she's not faking. When she came over to us, her eyes were welled up with tears. She was like quivering.
Oh no.
Like, and he
she
played
didn't,
us
she
up.
didn't realize she was going to meet a celebrity.
Right.
Oh yeah.
He played
That
us
happens.
up to be these highly influential
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
who have between 30 million and they won't tell us how many listeners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 0 and 30 million.
Too many to count.
Yeah. and she's sitting there like shaking. Like I go, well, this sandwich was super greasy. Look at my hands, and she's like, oh no.
Oh, Doreen.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough looking at Doreen. I was like, wait a minute. Because I was sitting there going like, shit all over everything. And then I looked at this woman and I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, this is real life.
Yeah.
This is this lady's life.
This is really her bar. This is her place, and she
Yeah.
really cares about it. Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm still going to shit all over everything, but still. Now
but the
I'm
food
just-
legitimately was shitty. It was easy. You didn't have to lie about it. They did get the orders wrong. It did take too long, and the food wasn't good.
No, they didn't even show. We also ordered wings. And the wings were like, they tasted like they were microwaved and they were just sitting in a puddle of sauce.
Yeah, we ordered a lot of food.
Disgusting. And this lady walks over and we're like, oh my God, this is happening. And then they got pissed.
Oh boy.
I'm John.
I know.
You're in big trouble, aren't you?
True.
They have one of the big.
How was it then?
Yeah, I mean, don't you like have to pitch things and.
Why do you think I don't have any show? I have a script that is legitimately funny, but I can't pitch it.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible salesperson.
We're worried you may have a limited audience. No, that's a point.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
When I used to sell, when I was a kid, and when the USA Today was first a newspaper, I was probably 12, and some guy hired us to sell. You got $1 for every subscription you could sell, and I would go door to door trying to sell the USA Today.
Mm-hmm.
And my pitch was, "Hi, you don't want to buy a paper, do you?" I'll never forget that.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, and
that's the same way you ask girls out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't want to go out with me, do you? Yes, it's always a negative.
And what is the answer always?
No. I had a guy last night. I was at the cellar and we were talking, and he was very nice. And he goes, "You don't want to do a selfie, do you?" And I almost said nah, but because he led me into it with it was really weird. And I thought of that after he left. And I was like, "Yeah, of course, man." But my instinct was to go no, just because he said you don't want to, like the suggestion that I didn't want to.
Yeah, you realized.
You don't even realize it.
You're making it easy to say no.
But I didn't want to say no. I don't mind taking a selfie.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh fuck, you almost let me off the hook. He was just like, you don't want to take one, and it was like almost in an effort to agree with the person.
Right. You're almost being polite by going,
no.
no.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was like, I took one, but
you got to sell it better. You're like, this selfie is going to be so awesome. You're going to come.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a lot, Joe.
Yeah. Maybe I oversold it.
You did. That was a lot. That was a lot. But
that was the edit point.
That was the moment, because John probably goes like, "What? How did Jim get to where he's at?" I mean, you sell tickets for a living.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
I don't lie about ticket counts. I don't lie. If they're great, they're great. If they're not, they're not. But I don't go in there and pretend it's sold out if it's not.
I guess that's how you know you're really funny. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't convince people to go to your comedy. You wouldn't be able to convince people to go to your comedy show.
I'm a terrible convincer.
Hardly anyone goes to mine.
Right, and that's how you know you're not funny.
That's another way to gauge your funniness.
I just figure I'm only a conduit for the gift.
Right. It channels through you. You were chosen.
Joe, I didn't want to say it like that.
No, that's very humble.
All right.
By the way, I hate when people compliment someone. You ever see someone, they get a compliment like, "Yeah, you're really funny," and they do the fucking hands clasp bow?
The double prayer.
Oh my God.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know,
say thank you.
You know who does that every single time? Hot dog.
No, he doesn't.
The mysterious hot dog. He always does this is his thank you.
The fake bow with the hands in prayer form.
Yeah,
just say thanks, you fucking socially awkward idiots.
He does it every time. Every single time.
It doesn't have to be a life-altering moment.
No.
Dude, I open the door, like I hold the door open for him, and he just goes, uh-huh. Like he doesn't. He just kind of goes like,
because people don't know how to say thank you. It doesn't feel like enough for them, so they want to show reverence.
It's also,
Stop it.
I think it's people who emotionally just have trouble.
Yeah, and they're living through emojis. The emoji is the hands.
Yeah. Exactly. It's easier to do this than to actually express gratitude.
But also, it's that fake spirituality thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
namaste.
Yeah, namaste.
Shut up.
Yeah, I yell at him every time he does it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
should.
stupid.
I put it in a negative. I'm like, you don't want me to thank you.
You don't want. You want? Yeah, you're not welcome, are you?
Let's just go about our day.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
See what the salesman says.
Yeah.
To know what you felt coming here. Why didn't you eat this?
It just didn't taste fresh.
Greatest line of the whole show. Best line of the whole show.
The next Subway guy.
Yeah. It really. I hated to tell Doreen that.
Right. Well,
she was very nice.
I'm getting a vibe from her that's very nice.
Yeah. I felt bad for her because she was like, you know, it's easy when you're watching someone on TV to go asshole, but when they come over and you can see like she was shaking and she was upset, and you're like, oh,
she genuinely cared.
Nice lady.
Yes.
Just a nice lady.
That's the thing about Jim. Like he will, at this point in his life, put those feelings over a TV show. Like you're like, I'm doing a TV show here, but this lady is hurting.
I can't.
And unfortunately for her, and at my position in life, I go like, I get it, you're upset, lady, but we got to make some TV here. Let's go. This thing fucking sucks.
Yeah, I had to be gentle.
Yeah,
I think that's the way I would have played it.
Gentle.
Yeah. I would have felt bad for her. But then again, back in your head, you're like, well, do you eat here? And her answer, there's no way. She's like, oh yeah, I have that filthy Reuben every day.
No, this was literally the moment that I threw the bartender under the bus. and just made it even worse. Like, yeah, the bartender told me the sandwich wasn't good.
And I said he tried to sell me kitty porn. I made that up. I made it up. I figured that would be great TV. Try to sell me kitty porn. They didn't use it, though.
Yeah.
That's good TV.
Because they didn't hear it.
Yeah.
It's called a yes and.
I made it up.
They cut the part where you bought it, too.
See this?
This is pretty bad.
I watched him make this. The entire sandwich.
See, he's
Look at this.
he's just handling it.
John puts his hands all in it.
You could make any sandwich look gross, though, if you like scoop it up and.
Yeah, but did you hear,
That is true. No matter, you can make any sandwich looks disgusting when you put your fingers in it.
But I said as I was giving it to her, this is pretty bad. That way it's bad.
Yeah. You did. You indicated.
Yeah.
That's the way it usually works in TV. My God, I'm angry.
Is a complete mess. So the fact of the matter is, you guys came here, you tried to get a beer, that wouldn't work. You tried to get a burger, you tried to get a Reuben sandwich, nothing worked. This cannot happen. Okay, let's go talk.
See,
It was horrible.
they cut my line there.
What was your line?
I called her a cunt.
Listen to her. Listen to her.
Decent, and it's not. I was afraid he was going to throw it on the floor. It belonged in the garbage.
If he didn't get up, we'd still be sitting there with mics on.
Yeah. They just left us there, and everybody's just staring at us. And the people who we were making friends with some other people at the bar, and like talking about local stuff, and everybody felt lied to.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
They thought the whole thing was just a ruse and a put on to make them look foolish.
Yeah.
You've never had an amber back before in your life.
Yeah, we told them we were just down there to visit the Epstein mansion. It's February.
Yeah, it's before all this.
Yeah, exactly. We had a bag of toys.
But yeah, that's it. That's what solidified us as bar experts. Two guys who know bars.
That's right.
Yeah. And then
fresh.
And is that the end? Is there more?
That's it.
Then what about when the lady called you a dickhead in the parking lot?
They didn't use
they
any
don't
of it.
show that.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah,
man.
they didn't use any. I mean, they just let the clientele be. I think they don't want it to seem like the people at the bar were mad at us.
Yeah.
Because they don't want people at home to be like, oh, there's all these people that like this bar.
Yeah.
Right, good point. Let me see. John shows the updated bar. We don't have to watch the whole thing.
Oh, you want to see how he changed it?
What do you mean she calls out customers?
Can I make one little observation about the bar?
Sure.
It's a Buffalo-themed bar.
It is.
Yeah.
Right. Buffalo City Bar.
Just from Buffalo, New York, right? Western New York is where they had that, what's it called? The beef weck.
The weck.
on
Oh,
weck.
right. But doesn't that seem like an odd... I love Buffalo. When I was a kid, we would go, because I grew up near there, we'd go to Buffalo all the time. I had kind of a boring childhood, but...
Yeah,
no one's ever said those words in a row. I love Buffalo.
But it seems like an odd theme for like if you were going to pick any city.
Nobody in Tampa knows anything about Buffalo.
Yeah.
You're
Well, it's like
100%
wings.
right. Like,
What's that?
If it was like a wing specialty, I could see it.
The
Maybe
wings sucked.
Buffalo. They were terrible.
They were horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
What inspired Doreen to
She's
sing?
probably from Buffalo.
Bro,
I'm guessing.
I didn't make the show. I was a spy.
But I feel like that would be a question you want to... Is it still a Buffalo-themed restaurant?
We don't know. I've
okay.
never seen this.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was her dad.
Oh, her dad.
Her dad started he's from Buffalo. He came down, and it was a Buffalo-themed...
Somebody watched your boys on Bar Rescue.
Of course I did.
I want to
my guy.
see her calling out customers.
Did you think it was funny?
Yeah, I was a little disappointed that you guys weren't in there enough. I think.
Yeah, he could have done the whole episode with us.
I was
We're
kinda
bar
hoping-
experts.
I was
We know
stars.
bars.
I was hoping you guys were going to come back when they redid it, and
No,
See,
we
they-
fucking got on a plane and left.
They, yeah, they did. I think I overdid it a little bit. I faked a heart attack.
How long do they take to actually redo it?
We don't know.
It is a legit 3 days.
Oh, really? Okay.
So yeah, it takes 3 days. So the next, or maybe it's 4 days, because the next night they were going to do the stress test where they just pile a whole bunch of people in there and they watch the bar function normally. And then I think after the stress test, they take 48 hours, I think, to redo it.
Wow, that's pretty impressive because they do some major changes sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. We could see the changes.
I want to see her calling out her customers.
Oh, okay.
How does she call them out?
I want you to get angry. They're robbing you. And I need to see you take control of this bar and show some
Well,
desire
she's wearing the
to
same
make
sweater,
this
so I
work.
think this is the same night. Maybe we'll recognize some of the customers.
Oh, I hope so. She
Some of
starts
your
calling
boys.
them out. You're a racist.
Doreen, that's not it, Doreen.
Yeah.
You get angry?
I'm gonna get angry.
Okay, get mad.
Okay.
Doreen seems ready to take back control of her business, but now I want to see if she gets angry and aggressive and takes control of her staff.
He sat here for a half.
We were becoming friends with that bartender. We really fucked him, huh?
You fucking literally just dabbed your lips on it.
I did. I did. And then I ratted him out.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I really played that poor bartender for a fool.
That is a terrible tattoo on his forearm as well. Yeah, it's like just the ink exploded.
It's very Tampa. It's very Tampa.
It looks like a bed frame, like one I had. All right, what does Doreen say?
Yeah,
looks like Ozzy in 1985.
Yeah.
She gets angry and aggressive and takes control of her staff.
92,000.
We walked in the bar. Oh, you're back! And then after this, I think that she must get it. She stormed out.
Look at this guy on the left. That's every other guy in Mississippi burning.
This lady in the flowered blouse hated Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Seems to have a lot of hate in general.
I love her.
Yeah, I do
too.
He drank a lot of that $92,000.
She did.
Yeah. You know, she's.
Jim and I were like feverishly giggling at everybody yelling at us. Like I really thought she might try to get into a fight with us.
Physical altercation.
In here. It's leaving in your glasses because you're drinking.
She's pissed at
She's got
us
thrown
and
out of
Doreen.
her local watering hole. Oh no! Look at this guy, Jerry Sandusky's having a beer.
Get out! How about that, honey?
We need 20 of the ugliest human beings in the country.
She wouldn't like to hear that.
No, she's actually the hottest one there. I love her. She's fiery.
She is fiery.
Yeah.
You think she would have fought us?
You know how mad she'd get at my dick if it didn't work?
Do you think it would?
No.
This definitely looks like Tampa clientele.
Oh, it was. It was.
Shoot!
See, all this stuff is legit.
Yeah,
every ounce of what happened there, that was all for real.
So where were you guys at this point?
We had left. But I remember when this was happening, we were there it was in this strip mall. It was the bar, and then next door was the restaurant where the kitchen for the bar was.
Yeah.
And then next door to that was this vacant store that they put blackout windows over, and that was the quote-unquote production office.
Okay.
So we were either in the production office or we were kind of just hanging out outside on the sidewalk. There's a lot of waiting because Taffer kind of calls it on the field. You know what I mean? He just lets it happen and figures out what he's going to do. So we waited around for a while, but while we were waiting is when that altercation happened. I didn't realize it was between her and Doreen.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Let's go to John shows the updated bar.
Oh, do you want to see Chef Bob getting yelled at for the sauerkraut?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Because, let's go to clip 5 because that was my sauerkraut that I was talking about how greasy it was.
Yeah.
I know, I almost did, but I corrected myself, so it's not even worth pointing out. You know?
Yeah.
You know, it was
I heard the yell.
Oh, really?
It just didn't taste fresh.
You fucking dirtbag scumbag.
What's your name?
They call me Bob.
How long have you worked here?
Well, that would be your name.
Here.
You didn't need all that exposition.
It's not Bob?
Exactly.
Roughly 10 years.
So you work for Frank as well?
Yes, sir.
You know, I watched a sauerkraut sandwich get made last night. Sauerkraut shouldn't be browned like hash browns.
Yeah.
And the sandwich then is so goddamn moist that it falls apart.
He probably has long fingernails and a 10-inch dick.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Joe, do you want it? Is he?
Yeah. Skinny white guy with a ponytail. Forget it. He's all cock.
Yeah. I got to get a ponytail.
And squeezed and cooked. Had the grill been clean, would have been a good sandwich.
It was not all that bad.
It isn't all that bad. Is that acceptable to you?
No, it's not all that good either.
The sandwich sucked. Why would you serve something you know sucks?
Because it doesn't suck.
Did it suck?
It was overcooked.
The sandwich
Bob's
sucked.
pissed.
And you're not.
Yeah.
Bob is fucking
He's really just
pissed.
yelling at this guy who probably did 6 years.
Totally.
You know, Bob did 6 years for a vehicular homicide and wants to get up and hit him with a chair.
Yeah.
Sir, I can't respond to you in that tone when you use that tone.
Yeah, so I have Aryan tattoos.
That's why I love Taffer, because he doesn't just go in and yell at weak people.
No, he doesn't.
He'll yell at everybody.
He doesn't care.
Also, he's dressed like the Hamburglar right here.
Or the Joker. He opens it up, there's a bomb in it.
He really is. He's wearing a bright purple jacket.
That's his purple yellow con suit.
Are you saying John Taffer in another life could have played the Grimace?
Yeah, I believe. I don't even know if he hadn't, but yeah.
I'm just saying I'm not sure I respect his taste at this point.
Not gonna grow this business that way, are you? I had my inventory. We actually sold $1,885.
That's math.
In 2 nights. When I annualize that number, it's $92,000 a year.
Oh boy.
Crazy.
You're giving away a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And cooking bad
pouring
sauerkraut.
too much liquor because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. You want to see the new bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the sign was even fucked up, wasn't it?
Yeah, the lettering was off. I think the
they
word
fixed
bar was not lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still fucked up.
No, it's lit now.
They're still missing shit.
Respect the old, but try to introduce it in a new way.
Oh, the girl's crying. Who's she? I like her. Is that Doreen's daughter?
She's hot.
She's hot.
Whose daughter is that?
That's Doreen's daughter.
She's lovely.
Wow.
Yeah.
She got a
lovely.
man? Check her finger. Go back.
Yeah.
Sign I wouldn't touch, but I added BCBG to all the windows. Brought color to the street so you see it. I wanted people to see how big it is. Look at all those red windows. I wanted to put in call to actions, music, games, hot sandwiches. I got T-squared custom signs to work on this all night long to get this done. What do you think?
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, she's cute. Her daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Doreen would love me as a son-in-law.
I think she would, yeah.
Is it fresh enough? It'd be a running joke in the family forever.
Medium.
I actually believe it's her niece, not her daughter.
Even better.
Oh, really?
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's a lovely lady.
Yeah, I should have taken her out.
You didn't have the option, man.
Yeah.
There's only one thing left, is there?
Yeah.
You ready to see it?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see it. And there's a portrait to her dad.
Oh, that's nice.
She's crying again. This woman does not
She
stop
likes
crying.
to cry. And here's a giant box of tissues for Doreen. Oh, the niece is cute.
Yeah, she's
They're
cute.
nice people.
Now, here's the thing.
Good for them.
It's not the end.
Oh, that's awesome. Are they still allowed to smoke, though?
It was a smoking bar. So.
I know, but you'd hope they go non-smoking.
The thing that we found out at the end of all this, Doreen sold the bar.
Oh, she sold it.
She sold it.
Okay.
And it has since closed.
Oh, really?
Oh, maybe they...
That's what I was informed. Is that right, Travis? Is that information that you received?
Yeah, that's right.
Why?
I don't know.
Business
Probably successful.
Let me see the new. Let me see the new.
They went back to the old way of making sauerkraut sandwiches.
They offered her $500,000 for it.
Who did?
He hired somebody to offer for the business. They could buy for $500,000, or she could keep it.
Mm-hmm.
So she obviously
She went for the $500,000.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Oh, and
Good
then
for
I wanted.
And then apparently Travis said that he has family around the area, and they go, "Oh, I know that bar. It closed." Which is wild because we were just. I mean, this all February is when this all happened.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's been sold and closed.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they offer $500,000 for it, and I wonder if the building is owned or no. Are they just leasing the building?
Man, what am I, a real estate agent?
Might as well be.
What type of question is that?
Because why would you just sell it and then close the bar?
Yeah.
Either you didn't make the money, or you only
Sam.
wanted it
Hey,
for the
Jim.
real estate, or maybe they want to flip it and do something totally different with that space.
She was in a lot of debt with it.
Yeah.
was she?
Really?
A crazy amount of debt.
I wonder if they bought out the debt and then they were like, "This isn't happening."
Yeah, I think there's a clip here.
Where's the niece?
John tells.
Yeah,
Doreen
yeah.
to
Where's the
Get
niece?
the niece. Where is she?
Get the niece. I'll talk to her. Let's talk to her. Let's talk to Doreen's niece about this.
Do you want to watch the walkthrough, or do you want to talk
definitely.
about selling the bar?
Oh, it talks about which is first?
I mean, the walkthrough's the end. We just saw the end already.
Yeah.
We saw the reveal. So it's over.
I want to see the niece again.
Yep. I want to see the walk through the back of the bar.
Okay, we'll do the walk.
Bob, talk to me. We doing okay? No pressure?
Oh, that's the stress test?
No pressure.
No, this is the end.
No, it's a different guy. I'm excited. John was awesome.
Wearing boy, that fucking shirt and tie. The minute John was on the plane, that shirt and tie went in the garbage.
Absolutely.
That was his court tie.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's go, Buffalo St. Pete.
You're looking amazing, man. You are inspiring the hell out of me right now.
Overall, you see the atmosphere has just changed. I mean, granted, yes, the bar looks completely different and it looks phenomenal, but the biggest thing is...
Oh, I hate that they're all having fun toasting.
Of course they are. Everybody's
I
happy
hate
now.
when people toast.
Bro, Taffer came to town and made everybody happy. That's the way the show works. Except the best episodes are the ones where he walks out without fixing it.
Yeah, that's
Those
good.
are the fucking... They're amazing.
What's the BC mean? Buffalo
City Bar and Grill.
City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B-City, baby.
BCBG. But you must, hopefully you don't read it the other way in BBC.
You stupid.
Yeah, no, I think it's a play on CBGB.
Oh.
Yeah, not BBC.
What would the G be?
CBGBs?
No, it was BBC.
For you, good.
Oh, I didn't think.
British Broadcasting Corporation?
No, it was just bombing at this point.
Oh, yeah. You know what we could do?
Isn't it freeing sometimes just when you
just
realize
keep going?
you're bombing?
Yeah. Mackie, this is another question for you.
A good bomb sometimes is really cleansing.
Like, I'm glad I got that out of my system.
Yeah. It does wake you up. It's invigorating.
It's a really weird thing.
I'm alive.
Yeah.
When you're bombing in front of people.
You do feel so alive when you come off stage. It's like it's like a polar bear swim.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It can be really, it sucks when it happens for a long period of time. Like I haven't bombed in a headline set.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a decade.
But when I've had some headline sets that were like, ugh. Like when you know that they're not your crowd.
Yeah.
And you're like, that one should have worked.
Yeah.
3 minutes and you're like, huh, my A is getting a D right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I got a long time to go.
I know. And
Is there like a joke like early on that you're like, if this one didn't work, it's going to be a long night?
There are certain times you'll open a certain way, but you know you can go to this and go to that to take the crowd to do exactly what you want them to do.
Right.
So when the little thing you're experimenting with doesn't work and you only go to this, oh no.
Yeah.
That's bombing.
Yeah.
Or you look down, you realize you've done like 20 minutes of material and you're at like 8 minutes.
Yeah. And you got to start playing with the crowd. Usually you can get them by talking to the crowd and segueing into a bit and they think you're just making it. But yeah, that's the fucking work. When you're grabbing for something you know works. Like that's one of your fucking, all right, this is when I'm gonna get a big laugh here. I know that this is.
Yeah.
Oh. And it gets a tentative or a titter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's brutal.
That's awesome.
I hate it.
We should break.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys were here for that.
I'm going to BCBG. It's open.
Cool.
Oh, it is open.
Yeah. Travis is dumb.
Travis.
Your family is dumb.
Travis, you are no wonder.
What a dumb family.
You know what? Whichever way your mom went, that's the way everybody should have gone. Your mom's the only one with a brain in her head.
I think I got wrong information.
You think
you
so?
sure did.
Jesus Christ, what is going on with our staff
BCBG.
today?
Closed.
We have the most ill-informed staff in the
This
history
idiot
of
thinks
radio.
the wrong person was arrested at the wrong time.
So
Travis thinks the bar is closed.
Mine was less.
Did you hear about the
bad
active
than
shooter
Rob.
in Philadelphia last night?
I did, yeah.
Our own Rob here, he sent us video of the shooter getting arrested 4 hours before the shooter got arrested.
Yeah.
It was from the Reagan shooting?
Another person, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I got the email.
Yeah.
He's like, here's the video of the shooter getting arrested. I'm like, it's an active.
Yeah, that's Oswald. He's being pulled out of a fucking theater.
Yeah.
And then Travis over here goes, oh, I got family there and the bar's closed.
I heard the bar was closed.
I heard. That's what we thought.
It's clearly, it took one Google and it's open.
Yeah.
Thank God for you, Troy.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the only one left with a brain in your head.
I know.
Yeah, thanks, Troy.
Thank you.
Yeah. And speaking of Troy.
Bob Lazar's bullshit.
Okay,
Let me see the bar. How's it doing now?
That's out of
Yeah.
context.
It looks like it's doing great, unlike what Travis
Oh,
said.
good. I'm happy to hear that. I like those. I like Doreen, and I'm really happy.
Well, Doreen sold it.
Oh, she sold it, but it's still open. Okay.
I hope Jimmy's still the bartender. I feel bad for what I really fucked over Jimmy.
Yeah.
I feel bad for that.
Yeah, you hooped, Jimmy.
Yeah, I really. He got hoodwinked.
Hold on, some more bad information, Rob.
Right, here we go.
Doreen sold it to her brother Frankie the Third.
Oh, so it's still in the family.
Still in the family.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. She
Good,
just didn't
good,
want the
good.
headache anymore.
Yeah.
So Jimmy's probably still there.
Yeah, most
Okay,
likely.
good,
I think
good.
so.
Okay,
Yeah,
and the
they-
niece is around.
They were having dart night last night.
Wait,
Were they really?
what'd you ask
Yeah.
about? The niece?
They're still around.
Yeah.
She's
They were
the
having dart.
manager.
They were having dart night last
Who's
night.
the manager?
That's what the Facebook post said.
I see.
Who's the manager?
The niece.
How do you know? Oh, she's on TV. She's probably a draw down there.
She
It's a
could
program, right? A television program.
It could be her dad that bought it.
That's what
Technically,
I'm
it could be
thinking
her
of.
dad
Yeah,
that bought
could be
it.
her dad that bought it.
Is it a TV program you saw it on?
Yeah.
The one we were just watching?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Well, apparently it closed. There was a fire.
Oh my God, just Travis.
Terrible.
Just a total horse's ass.
Yeah, what a fool.
What a total idiot Travis
what
is.
Awful family.
He really does, except for one member. One member of the
She
family.
knew.
She knew.
She knew.
She's like, I got to get in this rabbi's car and leave this fountain of misinformation.
Absolutely.
We should catch up, Phil and Joe.
Please.
Travis's mom abandoned his family when he was about 20 years old.
Oh, so you guys are making jokes about it?
We are, yeah.
All right.
It's
Well,
funny.
she referred to
Wait,
him.
abandoned when you were 20?
Yeah, that's right. She waited until he was 20, realized it wasn't going to get any better, and then she got in another man's car.
Some
and left
rabbi
forever.
stuck it in, and she didn't know that squirting existed.
That's
and
right.
some rabbi put it to her so good that she left the family.
So she went out of business as a mom.
That's right.
basically.
She
All right.
did.
Travis, is that kind of the way it went down? Is that how you remember it?
Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, good.
And she referred to, when they showed her a picture of Travis, she said, "Oh, that dud that fell out of my pussy."
Right, I remember that. Now, Travis, after this colossal debacle with your misinformation about BCBG Grill and Bar in Buffalo, in Tampa, you get it, right?
I mean, I see your point.
You see her point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe a lot of that resentment has kind of gone away now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Who
what
in
I
your
thought.
family told you it was closed? Like, what relation do you have? to them?
Well, my wife said that she saw
Who?
My wife
Ah.
said that she saw my
wife. She used to do everything for me and lead me to my right.
saw my aunt posted on Facebook.
Ah.
So I got a third hand.
Yeah.
What did your aunt post?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Oh my God. You didn't know. Now, let me tell you something about the staff of Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
I didn't do my research.
They avoid fact checking like the
I didn't
plague.
fact
Fact checking is the enemy.
It's hard to figure that on the #1 show on the whole platform.
You would think, right? Millions and millions of followers.
No, Joe, actually, they don't tell us the numbers.
Wait a minute, that's poorly. How come there's only 2.5 stars?
Food's not good.
That's probably an old review.
It doesn't taste fresh.
What do you mean it's an old review? That's Yelp.
No, but I'm saying it probably older reviews probably weigh
Yeah.
down the total.
Yeah,
Okay,
that sucks
let's-
that when it changes ownership, it doesn't get a new.
Oh,
let's-
there's some 3 stars, 4 stars.
Okay, keep.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 star. Okay, from March of 2019, that's after.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 stars.
Oh, they're upset about the cigarettes.
Oh,
let's see-
okay.
let's see how
They did make it a non-smoking bar,
good.
but
That,
it
that
does-
was thanks to me.
but still smells like smoke.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, of course it does. It's been there forever. Okay, from July 21st, that's a 2 star.
What's this? Go back to her.
A lot of 1 stars from March. It said,
March.
we were visiting from North Carolina. We were so excited to try this place during our first visit in March. Looking forward to a great experience after following the bar rescue hype. How'd they know?
Vape, smoke, and drones.
Bad idea, they said.
Drones?
Guys smoking near the front door. Inside, nobody was eating. Nobody was at the second bar. Nobody was at the table ordered food. Okay.
This place is super nice inside, but is obviously not being utilized to its full potential. It's really disappointing, especially after being quote-unquote
Oh, there was
rescued.
drones being worked on. Okay, let's see. Even Morris, you could not save this turd.
Oh, boy.
Number 2, there's a lot of poor. Oh, that was before. That was.
Oh,
January.
Bob is awesome in the kitchen.
There you go, June. We love Buffalo City. The wings are the best.
They're not the best.
And the
They're
beef and the
horrible.
weck hits the spot. We're from Buffalo. There you go.
I
Some
love a
good
whack.
ones. That's 2018.
Yeah.
God damn
It
it.
might be them that posted it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, Daddy has to tinkle.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Joe Machi and Phil Hanley are both here. Of course, they are co-hosts on the Keeping Joe podcast, which features Sam Morrell. Is he also a comedian?
He dabbles.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm really the only comic on the show.
Okay.
He's like a comedian like that Reuben sandwich. Jose Reuben sandwich.
I see. You can see Phil Hanley, the only comedian on Keeping Joe, in Winnipeg, in Tampa, in Alberta, in New Brunswick, throughout the rest of the year. PhilHanley.com is his website. You can follow him on Twitter at PhilMHanley. And Joe Machi, actually, he does comedy as well. Is that right?
Yeah.
I saw you on Bumping Mics. That's how I know.
I'm a pretty big deal.
August 30th and 31st, you're at the Blue Room in Springfield, Missouri. Then it's on to Vegas, Saratoga Springs, Chattanooga, and Worcester. JoeMachi.com, MACHI, and at Joe Machi. Jim?
Yes, I'll be in Timonium, Maryland this Friday, Saturday at Magoobies. And then September 5, 6, 7, I'm going to be in Buffalo. So funny, we just talked about Buffalo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's called Synergy.
Wow,
I'm going to be
Synergy.
there. I love Buffalo, too.
Double hands on that.
How are we not talking about Timonium, though?
I know.
Lots going on.
It's a fun place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
this segment really
glad we got there.
petered
Glad
out.
we ended off on...
Absolutely.
Let's get serious about Timonium for a second. It's actually a really fun place.
Speaking of cool bars, that club's attached to a bar where they found a speakeasy in the basement.
Oh, really?
And they moved all the stuff up, so it's connected to that. So it's like all this vintage stuff that's
cool.
connected to
Why
that.
did they have it down? Oh, it just didn't work if it was in the basement.
I think it was like decades before and kind of got forgot about.
Emergency exits. They couldn't have people down there.
Yeah.
All right, take a break. We'll be right back. No clicking.
We'll be...
Sorry.
We just... You were right, Jim. What do you got, Phil?
It's a granola bar.
Do you want to plug your dates?
Sounds really good. Yeah, where are you going to be before?
Where are you going to
It's
be?
not that fresh. I'm going to be last weekend of September.
A little tough to understand, you guys.
Yeah.
Rhode Island, Connecticut.
That's
Comedy
okay.
Connection.
Oh.
I'm going
That's
to
a great
finish this
gig.
by then. Yeah, it's a good club.
It just didn't taste fresh.
Welcome back. It's Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Phil Hanley and Joe Machi are both hanging out. Of course, you can get...
Phil, why don't you take this
Yeah,
one?
What do you got, Phil? How's your granola? It's
Had to get that mouthful. Had to get that blood sugar up,
It's
huh?
really stuck in my throat.
Yeah.
Have some water.
It's not even one of the chewy granola
mine.
bars. It's one of the
That's
like...
yours.
It's one of the like adult...
Is that yours?
Crunchy granola bars, so it gets even more stuck.
That's yours. I have mine here.
Oh, really? Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you
All right.
thinking?
So,
What's
Joe-
on your mind?
oh,
What's
yeah.
on your mind, Phil?
Well,
Joe, what were you going to say?
talk to us, Joe.
You can catch me on the Greg Gutfeld Show this Saturday at 10, Fox News Channel.
Hey!
You tape that Friday, right? Tomorrow
Yes,
night?
yes,
Yeah.
we tape it Friday.
We have Kat Timpf coming in tomorrow.
We do.
Yeah.
I love Greg Gutfeld. I wish his show was on a different night. It's hard to tape on a Friday.
Yeah, it's hard to tape on a Friday, and sometimes something happens on a Saturday and we don't cover it, so it looks like we're ignoring this like major story.
What time do you tape?
8 p.m.
All right, it's hard on a Friday. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm busy doing stand-up. I know, Jim, you'll probably be doing spots then too,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I
As
mean,
a
most
comic.
comedians can't make
Yeah,
it.
Is that a big
Oh,
time for stand-up comedians?
You sign up for the earlier open mics.
It's
Pretty nice.
wow.
It's going to holster that.
Yeah,
Phil, are you an open micer or no?
no, that was Joe's. That was a Joe's joke that didn't work. Yeah, prime time. I mean, I'll be doing spots, sold out shows on Friday, but it's
You get paid
yeah.
for those, huh?
Yeah, you should turn down the TV opportunities for one spot.
He said spots with a he
Yeah.
plural. He did pluralize
I don't
it.
know. Joe makes a good point.
yeah.
Do you
I
think
mean,
he just won?
Well, I mean, the fact is that we are talking about local spots, and he's talking about national television.
Who's going to see more? Who's going to see more of an audience? Do you think, Joe or Phil?
Joe on Greg's show is very big.
It is a big show.
It is a big
So I'm
show.
gonna have to go with Joe Machi.
But
Joe
then
Machi.
again, Joe is also completely open on a Friday
That is
night,
a good
so I don't
point.
know if I would
I
get
see.
career
That's true.
advice.
Sometimes they ask me 5 minutes ahead of time, and I'm already just hanging out.
Right.
I remember some roast we were doing, comedians. I forget who he even said, but Voss was insulting some other comedian. And he goes, "You audition on New Year's Eve." What a fucking shit comic you have to be. to audition.
Is there still as much insulting going on as there used to be? I feel like you three, like Phil, Joe, and Sam.
Yeah.
You guys insult each other, the three of you. But I feel like when Jim's generation was coming up, that was Norton and Patrice and Voss
Bobby.
and Keith and Bobby and everybody. That whole group,
Bill.
Colin, Bill.
Yeah.
Everybody just insulting each other all the time. I feel like that happens, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm not at the table. But I feel like outside of your little 3-person,
Yeah.
act.
It's true. I mean, I'm insulted just to be included in that list,
I
first
see.
and foremost. But
I see.
it's more us, and it is pretty pleasant when there's someone from, like, say, Bobby at the table. Bobby will, it's more. us and then the newer generation at the comics table, I would say, are a little more pleasant.
And a lot of them take the teasing literally. Like,
yes,
I don't think he likes me. He said I wasn't good.
It's like we're just teasing you. Like,
but it's a supportive generation. It's
so,
people.
but so are we. But it's just an aggressive. We are. Well, when it mattered, we were.
Yeah. I mean, when people call me an effeminate loser, I know they're joking.
Of course, and you know they're observant.
Yeah. And astute. I would say astute.
Yeah, Joe. I mean, you give me a softball. I'll put it on my chin.
I just know you're saying that because we're friends.
Yeah, I am.
Have you been in situations where you guys will try to insult other people the way you insult each other, and it's just like people look at you like, "What? That's not what we do here."
After I got passed at the cellar, I went home to my home club in Vancouver. And I remember we were just like all sitting backstage, like the guys that I started out with. And I remember someone said something. I'm like, "You stink." And then it was like a wake. Like it was just like everyone was super quiet. And like, why would Phil say that Ivan stinks?
I think he's good.
Yeah. No, and I was
He's
just
trying.
I was just like busting balls.
Right. Yeah.
I was just busting balls. But it was like, I mean, you're told you stink a million times at the cell, like at the table.
You're immune to it because it's almost affectionate. Like it's not like if guys don't
Shut
like
up,
you,
you stink.
Yeah, but you be quiet.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where if guys don't like you, they probably will ignore you or not include you. But when everyone's having a good time, it's like it's just friends being friends. All friends are.
You can always tell the difference between like getting picked on because we're all having fun together and like no. You're being ostracized. Like, we don't like you.
Yeah. Oh, totally. And to me, it's like you're like honored. Like Keith Robinson's going to bust your balls. You're like, oh my God, this is why I started comedy.
Yeah. But then I guess there are people that just don't. I try to stay out of the negative space. I try not to be in a negative area.
But it's no different than any other friends. I mean, that's how all friends are. You fucking tease each other. That's what everyone, no matter what you do for a living.
Right.
I mean, we just happen to work in the same place. But anybody
you happen to be really good
at
it. You're just very, very good at teasing.
Absolutely.
It's your job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And getting a beating from guys who are really good at it, like Colin. But Colin can, like, I like people. There's nothing worse than an unfunny comedian, and there's nothing worse than a comedian who can't take being teased.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's
that's why I love Karen. Karen, she's really on Chip. She is fucking mean. She's a mean comic. And I thought of this last night as I was walking home.
Mm-hmm.
You can say anything to her.
Yes.
And she doesn't care.
Yes.
Like, she's not one of those people, like some people can tease you, but they don't like it. Like, people who I think are funny, you can say anything to, and they are fine with it.
There's a joy in taking a good beating.
It's
like when you got somebody like or a group of people destroying you, and they're really, really good at it. It's fun.
Oh, for sure. And just, as a comic, it's inspiring because some of the jokes are so good.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, Joe, you probably experienced that a lot.
Oh, yeah. The other day I was sitting at the table and someone said, "Oh, you look like you've been losing weight. Have you been working out?" And I'm like, "Well, I prefer to call it sculpting." And Michelle Wolf goes, "What are you, sculpting a ball?" And I thought that was a good burn.
That is a good burn. Because you're round like a ball.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
It was just off the cuff. It's just fun. It's fun hanging out and ripping on each other.
Yeah. It's funny, but it always bugs me out when people are like, "What? I've been really trying to lose weight. Why would you say that?"
There are comics
that hurts
like
my
that
progress.
Too. It's crazy. Like, they're very literal and they're very serious. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing in this job?
Yeah.
If you take yourself that seriously, you're not doing important work, dickhead.
Yes.
It is weird when it's like people, like they look at it as like that they're doing the art of it and crafting jokes and doing this, and they don't just sit around goofing around and realize like you struck the lottery. Like you get to just goof around for a living.
Yeah.
Take
job.
advantage of it.
You fuck with your friends. You're having a good time. Like, yeah, you can talk about serious things or make a point. But comedians who think they're doing important work should be fucking pushed down the steps.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're irritating. You're not doing important work.
Yeah.
And when you guys push me down the steps, I know you're just busting some balls.
It's because your work is so unimportant.
Yeah. We're trying to relive that scene in Raiders of the Last Ark.
Well, I was thinking more of, oh, God damn it, fucking, you know what we do to squealers? The reference is ruined.
You could say that again.
I know, but what was the movie where he pushed her down the steps? Mr. Udo, The Kitchen is a Close. He played Tommy Udo. Victor Mature.
Could you look up the character Tommy Uto?
Wait a minute. Victor Mature.
Victor Mature
was starting it, yeah. And who's the fucking bad guy? See, I'm getting all my memory is going.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Richard Widmark played the bad guy.
Anybody that's making references to Richard Widmark.
He's a really great, it's a very, very famous scene.
Right. If
You
you're
know the
making
scene I
references
mean?
to. No, of course not. Nobody does.
Everyone knows it.
If you're making references to Richard Widmark, you're probably
I
old
have
enough
great
that you're
taste in
losing
movies.
your
No, this
memory.
is from the 40s.
The 40s?
Yeah. Put in Richard
You saw this in
Widmark
theaters?
wheelchair. I'll put a pin in that. Hold on. Videos. No, wheelchair. There you go.
Oh, my God. Troy, you remember this scene that he's talking about? Oh.
All right, watch this. It's quick.
Okay.
1947.
It's from Kiss of Death. Oh,
Kiss
how do
of
we
Death.
not get that?
Yes, it's true. You should zip it a little bit. He's trying to find
Travis,
her
you seen
son.
this scene?
Her son ratted. Her son ratted.
He's a rat.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He's like a squealer. So he's trying to go a little further when he starts
72-year-old movie.
Yeah,
You didn't watch a 72-year-old movie?
Nope. See how mad he is at the old lady. See, he's thinking of what to do, so he rips a cord up.
You're worse than him. Telling me he's coming back.
It's overacting.
You lying old hag.
This is from the 40s.
Yeah, it clearly is.
He's the best.
Richard Widmark? Uh-oh, he's tying her up in her wheelchair. Because she's a lying old hag.
That seems unnecessary.
Oh, this is crazy.
Oh, boy. Down the stairs she goes.
Oh, my God. That is intense.
I like, though, that she went to, like, the Jim Norton School of Acting while she's in her wheelchair. She's going, I can't move. I'm sick.
Well, she's explaining what's happening.
Right. Neither of them swore.
No,
It's
they
a very
did not.
famous scene, though. You
Yeah.
lying old hag. He's the best.
Although, I mean, I can't shit on old movies too much. I just watched The Wicker Man from 1973 again for the first time in a long time. Oh, my God, that movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. Has any,
No,
I've
I've
never
seen
seen
it.
it.
I
It's so
hate the
great.
I haven't
chairs.
seen The Wicker Man.
Wicker chairs?
Yeah, I've seen some of the merch.
They remade it much more recently with Nicolas Cage, and it's like
That's the one I'm thinking
Yeah,
of.
it's laughably bad.
Okay.
Like it's a notoriously bad movie. It's infamous. But the 1973 version with Christopher Lee, incredible.
I love Christopher Lee. He was the best Dracula. He was in a movie called Serial with Sally Kellerman and Martin Mull, and he played like a gay biker in a movie called Serial. He was very good in that. Yeah, we're tough dudes, Holroy. Yeah, really good. I forget who else was in that, but that's a very, very funny movie.
In the film Serial?
Serial, yeah. It's from like 1979. It's about, I think, Orange County, California. It's a weird comedy. It was like one of those ones that was shown on the Movie Channel and HBO.
I remember 1979.
1980, sorry.
Cool kids, never had the time. We're going to get out of here.
Smashing Pumpkins?
Martin Mull. Tuesday Weld
Smiling
was in that.
politely.
I love Tuesday Weld. Best name ever in a movie.
Phil Hanley, we appreciate you.
I love coming here. I love to watch Bar Rescue with you guys.
Then you got it all today.
Yeah,
You
I
got
did.
it all. You can see Phil Hanley all over the place. PhilHanley.com is the website. Phil M. Hanley on Twitter. And, of course, he is the co-host on the Keeping Joe podcast alongside Joe Machi, who has also been just tremendous today. You can see Joe Machi across this great country of ours. JoeMachi.com for tickets and whatnot. At Joe Machi, and of course, Joe will be on Greg Gutfeld this Saturday over on Fox News, although it won't be topical because it is filmed Friday during peak stand-up time when Joe is free. I'm just taking the information I've learned from the show today, that's all. Thanks, everybody. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We will be live tomorrow.
Yeah, we're doing live because we missed Monday, Tuesday because of our travel.
Right, so we're giving you a Friday show, and that happens tomorrow.
Chill.
Goodbye, everybody.